Tilson Street with Suavecito Pomade. Today we have a band from Orange County, Crash Cadillacs. Great job, man.
Thank you.
Crash Cadillacs. We'll be right back after a short break.
Oh, hey America. How are you? I'm your favorite news anchor, Pat McGunn. When I ain't reporting news, I'm making it, cause I'm the bad guy. Anyway, join us for after the interview. We'll have full frontal nudity and sex for 14 minutes. Starring me, Pat McGunn.
All right, we're right here with Crash Cadillacs. And like always, we start with names and ages. Sergio, 30.
Johnny, 21.
Carrie, 30.
First
Something.
band to ever give me questions that they would like asked. I want to say thank you for that. Helped me out a lot. And, it's always a redundant question, but how did the band start? And it says it started in 2002.
Well, originally, yes. We started in, around 2002, 2003 in Arizona, and then we moved over here to Orange County and played for quite a while, up until about 2007, and then kind of broke up for a while, and we reformed 3 years ago.
Is there a different reception that you think you got in Arizona than you do in California?
It's about the same, I would say. It's been good, both places.
How long has each of you been playing your instruments, and what influenced you to play that specific instrument?
Well, I've been playing about 11 years now, upright bass, and the way I picked it up was my friend Danny. Thanks to him, I just showed up at some parties drunk as fuck. I saw an upright bass and started playing it. I don't know what I was doing, but he asked if I knew how to play, and I said yeah. So I went to his house the next day, and he realized I didn't know how to play. So he's like, hey, I'll teach you how to play. He showed me the basics, and I joined his band. And after I joined his band members told him, hey, this guy sucks, which is true. I didn't know anything. So then they gave him the choice. It's either him or us, and he chose me. We stuck around, and I learned more because to me it's like if you think I suck and you think I can't do it, I'm going to do it. So I started doing it. He gave me my first upright bass, which I still owned till now. And just after that, we formed our own band, and we played for about 5-6 years, and then we split up. He went his own way, I went my own way.
What was the band called?
Slash Dramatic, and that was back in like, I don't know, 2002, 2003 or something. It's been a long time, but he's the one that influenced me into getting into it, and thanks to him, I'm here now.
Always stand-up bass, never sit down.
I've tried
bass?
electric. I mean, I've tried electric bass. I use it here and there just to learn my notes a little better, but I just get really upset and like want to flip it upside down because I'm just so used to playing upright bass.
Or is it tone also?
It's just
comfortable.
It's just comfortable. I mean, I know electric bass players that are amazing on electric bass that can't play an upright bass for shit.
Yeah.
So when people say like, "Oh, it's a bass," it's the same instrument. It's not. It's completely different. It's two different instruments. I mean, there's an upright bass and then there's an electric, and I suck at electric. I mean, I'm not the greatest in upright, but I figure I'm decent enough to, at least better than when I first started. But yeah, it's two different instruments. So when people tell me it's not, then they don't know what they're talking about, unless you master both. But I'm working on doing electric now, because in the future I would like to maybe in some of our songs play electric bass, switch it up a little bit.
Is there a little more freedom on a fretless instrument?
Oh yeah, big time.
Like, if it was supposed to be 3, but I hit 4, and it's
yeah. You can
like,
get
you
away.
totally fucked up.
You can get away with a lot more on an upright bass than you can on electric. Because I've jammed with people and I use electric, and like it's just a disaster because I hit wrong notes all the time. And with the fretless, I pretty much do whatever I want. Like even if I miss a note, it's not as noticeable as an upright bass. Like you can't really tell, especially because I follow rhythm a lot, which is the drummer, and when we're playing together, like it kind of all blends in, so you can't really tell who fucked up. So yeah, it's a lot easier. I mean, it's not an easy instrument, but if you dedicate your time to it, I mean, I've been doing it for that long now, and anybody else can do it. If I could do it, anybody else can do it.
Cool. Have you always been on drums?
Yeah, I actually started when I was 13. I used to skateboard a lot, didn't really play an instrument, and my parents took me to Guitar Center, and usually when you walk in, you see the guitars, and mostly everybody plays a guitar or a bass, and because they don't have a spot to really play the drums. And as soon as I walked in, I just, heard the drums in the background and, immediately just walked that direction, and it caught my attention, and pretty much I started up in my garage, and I just taught myself. I would listen to CDs and try and mimic the beats, and
Anything in particular?
well, when I first started off, kind of got into Slipknot and Misfits and, stuff like that.
How easy was that to try and emulate?
It was hard because I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't even know how to set up my drum set, but, I kind of wanted to do it myself. So I just sat there and just taught myself. I would listen to CDs and just kind of try to mimic exactly what they were doing. And then as time went on, I upgraded to a double bass, which allows me to do a lot more beats, and it just flows a lot better than a single pedal. But I mean, that's pretty much just started off just teaching myself, and then from there I got into bands, and I've been in a few different bands, and then I went to MI for a bit to try to just pretty much upgrade my beats. But from going there, all I really wanted to get out of it was to get into a band and kind of just go somewhere with it. So I pretty much did that, and school I kind of just fucked off and just played in bands. And as time went on, just met this guy, and we played in other bands before we formed Crash Cadillacs again, and just took off from there.
What were some of the other bands you guys played in?
Well, me personally, there was a few other ones, nothing really big that we played at shows or anything like that. But one of the other ones that we played in was the Triggers. Started from there, and we both played in the same band, and then we kind of left that to do a different project, which was this. And we were looking for a bass player, and I told Carrie that I knew somebody, which then I called Sergio, and we got together and just kind of just clicked.
I'm not much into watches, but that fucking watch is amazeballs.
I get fucking
Like
a
my,
lot of compliments.
Can
and
you
you
show
know what?
it for my brother?
It's not that expensive,
my
but
brother's a bling dude. Like,
and it's funny you say that
that is
because
a beautiful watch.
I get a lot of compliments, and it's not that expensive.
Show it to the camera, please.
You could probably feed Africa with that.
Maybe if I could.
It's
If I say where it's from, you guys would not fucking believe it. But I mean, it's
one of the nuggets from
anyone
King
can own this
Joe Hoppy's
watch.
necklace
Anyone
from
can own
Coming
this
to
watch,
America.
pretty much.
It's a beautiful watch.
It's $20.
Bullshit.
$20, but it looks like $200,
It's
right?
the color.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the story.
You always been guitar and singing?
Pretty much. Yeah, I started with guitar first, of course, and then just tried to mimic all my heroes.
Who are some of your heroes?
Oh, there's so many, really.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
That's my hero.
The first. No,
Second.
Not
I
mine.
would say like Green Day, Living In, Chris Chaney, AFI, Tiger Army.
What's the first type of guitar you ever owned?
First type was a guitar was a Gibson Marauder, pretty old school. They don't really make them anymore, but it was mid-priced
What are you playing out of right now?
guitar.
Yeah.
Tonight I played a Gretsch, double anniversary special model, and I also play like a Les Paul special, and I have a couple others that I pull out once in a while.
Which one's your favorite?
Probably my Gretsch. Yeah.
I know this motherfucker buys a guitar like every other day. He's always
Check out what I got today.
always showing up to practice.
And not
Look-
on sale.
Yeah, he's always like, look what I found on Craigslist this time. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
come
it's a-
on.
it's a-
I need to hit up
it's
Craigslist
a
more often,
dig
dude. I
What,
mean,
what's a band you were listening to 10 years ago and a band you're listening to now?
I'd say Slayer. Because before I got into the psychobilly thing, I was a metalhead. I had like the long hair and all into metal, and
Same
Slayer
here.
has always been Slayer, Slipknot. Like, I mean, yeah, everybody hates Slipknot now, but dude, when they started, they were just amazing. They're all badass musicians, but Slayer is one of the bands that I still follow around and like try to go to their shows and stuff. I mean, there's a few others, but I think Slayer is the one that really like got me into metal. I mean, I was always into music, thanks to my mom, that she was always blasting like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and all that stuff. But so that's why I was driven to the metal thing. But yeah, I wouldn't say Slayer is the one that I still follow up, and I just got their new album, which is decent. It's not the old Slayer, but hey, you know, times have changed. I guess you gotta put on whatever your record label tells you to do, whatever sells, which is kind of sucks sometimes, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
It's kind of funny because my parents would actually grew up on reggae, so I would listen to reggae a lot, like Bob Marley and stuff like. I mean, I was like 7 at the time, even UB40. You know, before I even got into, you know, the music that I play now. But it was mostly metal, like he said. You know, like I started off with Slipknot. That's kind of how I got into my double bass. You know, but also one of my big influence too is Mana, Alex Gonzalez. I mean, shit, look up to that guy because that guy can play drums. You know, he's top 10 worldwide, all styles. So hopefully, you know, can learn from him. But yeah, like I said, you know, reggae and, you know, that. So it's kind of way different from what I listen to, but that's kind of where it started from, I guess.
It's a good thing.
As far as like 10 years ago that I still listen to is, I pretty much listened to everything I listened to 10 years ago, but I was, I don't know, I was really into 90s punk. I think that's most of my, you know, influence is kind of that 90s punk feel, kind of the NoFX era. But yeah, I mean, I really, 50s music is where it all started for me. And that's where I wanted to play guitar, was just hearing that. Just as a little kid, I was just hooked on guitar instantly, just from the 50s music, because my mom was always playing it. So,
Anyone super in particular?
Elvis?
yeah,
Elvis, come on.
like Dwayne Eddy was always on. It seems like on the rotation of my mom's record player at the time. You know, Chet Atkins,
Muddy Waters?
and then all the you know, the American Graffiti type stuff, you know, at the Hop, you know, all that stuff. I had like my own little tape, like a tape deck or something, and I would walk around with it.
Yeah, I used to do the same thing when I was a kid. Used to even emulate playing a guitar. My dad used to have a guitar in the closet for some reason.
Did he
But
play?
he used to play saxophone in high school. What are some of the biggest bands you guys have shared the stage with?
Well, so far, I want to say The Offspring, NoFX, The Sharks. Well, as a band together, would probably be The Offspring, NoFX, The Growlers, The Sharks, Long Tall Texans,
Necromantics,
Howlers.
Tiger Army.
Tiger. Well, with him and when he had the band, it was
Madsen.
Tiger Army, Madsen,
The Quakes.
The Quakes,
The
and
Quakes.
pretty soon we're gonna play with the Meteors.
Oh, we played with the Brains. Well,
Yeah.
I
So I
have.
mean, so we still have a few big bands in line that we're still gonna end up playing with pretty soon. So
Adolescents.
Who are some that you have? Who's a band you haven't played with yet that you would love to play with?
Green
Share the
Day.
stage with.
Green Day, definitely.
Green, yeah.
Mana, which probably won't happen, but hopefully.
Miley
Slipknot,
Cyrus.
maybe.
Miley Cyrus,
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Invite me to that show.
I think The Living End, because they have the biggest influence on us.
Yeah.
We look up to them, and they started off of that psychobilly era, but they figured like, hey, you know, this doesn't sound that good, and it's not going to make me money, so they took a different route.
Well, they liked it. It was just that they I think they're just so talented, though, The Living End, that they were bored with doing the same
The
thing.
same, yeah, same
know, so they
riffs,
had to-
same
They had to
everything.
try stuff, and they got kind of more experimental. As
It just sucks that like everybody doesn't want to like say that, oh, you want to sell out, but you're gonna have to if you want to keep playing, because your job's not really gonna be paying for your
Yeah.
getting your instruments and doing stuff
Eventually,
like that.
along the
But
line, there'll be
eventually,
some
if you get
compromise
offered
or
some money, you're gonna
Right.
take it, because that's what's gonna, your fans are gonna pay for you going on tour, playing some shows that you want to do, and people just, that's
when
what
I-
everybody's doing right now. Instead of just not selling out, it's like your job's not gonna keep doing that.
Exactly. I mean, if you're that talented and your music is that good, why not make money out of it? But apparently, people have a problem with that.
They just say that just because they don't want to look.
Oh, they
they're-
sold
they don't look cool
out,
because
and,
you're
like,
selling out.
If
But
people want to
eventually
keep
everybody
it
does it.
underground, which like, dude, that's not gonna last forever. You have bills to pay. You have practices. You have recordings. You have traveling, dude. Like, there's shows where we have to
Everything.
drive so far, and it's like, dude, who pays for that? We do. But it would be nice to sell out, and why not have someone pay for it, or like So when people give you the whole, oh, you sold out, like, dude, fuck you. Unless you're in a band, that you don't realize what it is.
But
Only a person in a band knows what it's
Also,
the struggle.
in this business, though, or this thing, a band, if that is your
It's
main,
lifestyle.
main goal is to make a bunch of money, then you're in the wrong thing.
Yeah.
It's all in
that's true,
fun, you know.
too.
But if you get the
'Cause now-
opportunity and whatever chance you get, you know, any help does help.
Yeah,
you know,
you can't
to
turn
keep
down a good
going.
thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
At least we're not going to.
Yeah, we're not trying to get rich
So
off this stuff
give
either.
us money. We'll take
Right?
it.
Buy CDs. Stop downloading shit. Kidding.
Yeah, and don't throw our demos away in the freaking parking lot,
Yeah,
too.
don't do that.
Yeah.
What's one idea you guys were thinking of doing instead of doing demos on CD?
Well, what me and Carrie had came up with was keep up with technology now, and then maybe instead of selling a CD, was selling out like maybe like a little, not even a business card, but a little card that you can like, you buy the card, and then you can just like scan it or something, and you download the music.
Kind of like the iTunes sort of shit,
Yeah,
right?
like if you scan it, it'll take you straight to our iTunes page, or
You could buy like a song or two, just kind of like the same.
right. So
Same
like,
deal.
let's say like, hey, I like your album. Where do I buy it? And they pay whatever the album cost, and then we give them that card. So then that card, they go into iTunes, and then they put in that number, serial number, whatever, and then they gives them the album. So it's better than handing out a CD, because a CD, like I said, people will trash it, or
Or they buy it and then 5 other friends burn the CD and you only made $10 instead of making 50. You know what I mean?
But then again, like I said, we're not trying to get rich. But hey, I think it's a better idea than handing out CDs.
It's more convenient if we can do that.
Yeah.
All right, any quick shout outs?
Just to all our fans, our friends, family, you guys for having us here, and just for all the upcoming shows.
Any
Hopefully-
upcoming shows?
Yeah, May 15, we're playing with the Meteors here in Santa Ana at Original Mics. And then June 7, we're playing with the Super Suckers and DI and the Rockets, Grave Slaves. And then in May 25th, we're playing with the Gutter Demons, also in Santa Ana at the Original Mics.
Nice.
So we have a few good shows coming up. And then, I mean, it doesn't end there. We have plenty of offers and no more backyard shows. I get a lot of emails and messages of people trying to do backyard shows, and we're not cool or anything, but we kind of just grew out of it.
Understandable, man.
I mean, we don't want to go to a backyard show and like think, are we gonna play or not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it sucks because
Yeah,
cops
yeah,
show
yeah.
up or people get stabbed and people fight, and
No
it's like,
mames.
come on,
Yeah.
dude. I've played some shows where people got into fights, people got stabbed, and I'm like, dude, cops show up.
We
you
got
gotta-
some shout outs though, right?
yeah.
Carrie?
Yeah.
No?
Jesus.
My son Johnny, my wife Christina, my dad, my mom, my brother. These fuckers that I see fucking every day. No? Carrie?
Yeah.
Shout outs?
Yeah, just everybody that's still fans.
Anybody that's bought a CD and been supportive and, been real, pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody that likes us is pretty steady on coming to the shows, and they sing along to our songs and stuff, which just makes us feel pretty good. Like, hey, at least you're putting your effort, and as much as we are. So when you're out there and we're playing and you're singing along to us, like, that's a good shout out to you guys that you're supporting us, and you know our songs. So
Very much the fans.
yeah,
right?
our fans and friends, because most of them are friends, or they're fans and then they become friends, because we
True,
try to
true, true,
we're
true.
not trying to be like, oh, these are our fans. No, everybody is a fan is our friend. So that's how we see it.
Right on. So from all of us here at Kilson Street with Suavecito Pomade, we'd like to thank the Crash Cadillacs. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Good afternoon and welcome to Kilson Street Action News, where if it's a slow news day, we make the news. We're the bad guys. How was I supposed to know the gun was real? Anyway, we need a new intern. I just told my dead intern we need a new intern. Note to self, get a new intern and unload the gun. Anyway, this week's top news stories, Hillary Clinton is running for president once again. I hope Bill can get used to wearing wrinkled shirts for the next 2 years. That joke's for the feminazis. It's just a joke. I get it. It's a two-way street. If you're gonna get mad at the satire. Then again, there's no comedy section in women's bookstores, so... My dead intern's laughing. Anyway, he wrote the joke. Get mad at him. Our second top news story, the NHL playoffs began once again. The only thing that runs longer is the NBA playoffs. And the only thing that runs longer than that is slavery. Good job, David Stern. Work these guys to the bones. Why the fuck do they need a break? But whatever. Coca-Cola's making their money. Am I right? It's an imaginary intern. And our last top news story, the head of the DA, whatever her name is, she's resigning. Because apparently she approved some sex, drug orgy thing that was funded by the cartels. All I gotta say is, thanks for the invite, bitch. Then again, I don't need your shitty coke. John Brennan has much better shit, and he gives much better head. Join us next week when our special in-studio guest will be our new intern. Have a great week.
And now Crash Cadillacs with the second song entitled Mascara.
Mascara, blue and red, malicious, evil, sunshades that buy, wake up God by innocence, temptation to for just one cat. Take me down. This heart is torn into pieces. I came to you shattered and beaten. Temptation kills with a kiss. I fade away, but I cannot resist. Mascara.